thought we were in trouble.
Yeah. I put them in Easter eggs.
See, they use it too.
Kids this weekend because they're all too old for their Easter egg hunt, so we're gonna let them hide the eggs for the dog.
Next session, don't you get ready. We have a whole Easter egg hunt that happens in Nosework.
Oh yeah.
I have a bunch that have the little hole on the end of them.
I just took a hammer and a screwdriver.
Yeah, I just chuck them out in the yard. That's what we get to do in the advanced
That's a
class.
good
We're
way to
gonna
cut
do it. You guys
yourself.
too, don't you worry. Okay, so in here, again, this is just going to be one of those, this is your time to do some weird smells, some things, and I just simply have one hide, and it's on this chair. It's pretty straightforward, but what happens a lot in this space, these are all used for for leashes and collars. The kennels, I keep saying that, the lockers and the clothing have smells to them. So I didn't want to add an extra variable where the hide in here is really hard. I wanted this to be kind of easy to start with, and then we make everything else kind of a new funky space. So what I want you to do in here, and this will be on your own, is, and you may have somebody come help you if you need to, I'd like you to try it off leash. And then you come in here, and you can probably have somebody with you so they can close the door, or you can have somebody videotape with you. And all I want you to do is basically stand where you guys are and let your dogs do the work. And let them go around and smell. And if they are very intrigued by stuff, let them do it. You know, if they're really intrigued, then you know how we handle is we move, and then they start recognizing us, and then we can. But the idea is to really sort of see if they can do more independence. Again, just in a weird space. I anticipate this to be very easy for all your dogs. I don't anticipate this to be hard, but the distance, the off-leash, can be a challenge. And I know they have some stuff in these lockers. So,
Stuff like food?
potentially.
Okay.
I know some of them have lotions, and some of them have, like, I'm looking at everybody's stuff. Oh, they're all empty. Nobody has anything. Now that I said that, those two were empty.
Don't open the one that says Nancy.
We have
She doesn't have one. She has an office.
I was like, Nancy has one. So do this one really fast, right? And if everybody goes through it really quick and Carlos is still not cleaning, we can move it. But I wanted, again, get some novel, funky space that's not just outside. Okay?
The janitor's not gonna come in here while we're doing this, is he?
No. And I do like to, and he sometimes will open, he can see the light on, but, you know,
He's really nice. If he sees
Oh, he's a good guy. I
he's gonna back
just
off.
don't want him
And
to.
he did that last night, and he just opened it, closed it, and moved somewhere else.
So I brought it. This right in front.
Yeah,
Okay.
right
That's what
underneath.
I was looking
I'm
for.
trying
Where
to-
is it? It's
Straight
right
up.
there in front.
Oh, I
Very
see it.
simple. Yeah, I
see
didn't
it.
want to make it too hard. And then if everybody does it really well and everybody goes through it fast and you've done your thing, then all you'll do is you come over and just maybe put it on something like here, or actually over here, so that it is adds a little bit more challenge. So we take away the chair and we can stick it on there. So I'll let you guys do that.
Okay.
Once everybody runs,
That high?
Yeah.
Third row.
yeah, about third row is perfect. And again, if he's here and he vacuums, so that's the only thing you can hear, the vacuum. So some dogs might not like it, and he has to mop and do stuff in here. So we're gonna get through this as fast as we can. Okay. So then whoever's not there is outside with me. Let's go through there real fast.
I am stuck in the middle of a sneeze and I can't have it happen.
Okay. All right. All right, so this time, we did boxes last time, right? So this time we're adding just the chairs and the stuff. So your search area is everything, all this cement, and up to the awning. So I have two hides out here. They're pretty straightforward. Then we'll see if we have time to switch them up again. You have a hide that's here on this chair, and you have the pine cone that's sticking up over there. I was trying to find a place. I didn't really want to put it over the curb just yet. I wanted to keep it. It does. That's what I thought. This far away. I thought, what is that? And we might put the chair closer to it too. I was trying to find a good spot, but there was like, there's no. That wasn't good.
That works.
So what we're gonna do, and then after that, then we'll do another round, And we'll start adding a little bit of height out here so we can start seeing some of that challenge that happens outside. Again, the light has already kicked on. When we talked about last week, that light gets hot, and you're going to see some changes in that sun or that light. Okay, and just like before, just use that line behind Nancy's car as your start line, and your search is the whole space up here.
So if the dogs, and I don't know, but like they're used to searching stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, not like out in just in the ground.
Yep.
They're used to searching. So if they don't go past, like say you get down there to that last chair and they won't move on out past it, then that's going to be where you would just step back and then
That's
have them
where
follow
I would,
you, or
me as a handler, just push myself forward, or I might back up and say, okay, let's go this way, buddy. And now my body's still toward my dog, trying to fall.
right.
And I just step back and say, I present my space.
Okay, and then they
Yeah.
might realize it's not on stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Now remember, this is daycare space, so people let their dogs pee on the building, which you don't understand. But so the corner is always a hot spot, and so is the awning post is a hot spot. So just be ready for your dogs to look at that. They might go around the corner because Little Dog Land has a lot of odor. So we're just going up to about that window, but that's why I put the poop emoji there, the pine cone, a little bit closer. So, okay?
Do we have an order, anything?
You guys get to pick your order. You do your thing. Okay, now I have to print one of those.
Well, you know that the dogs are going to run to that.
I know, but
Actually, make a cat turd. They'll run to it. Guaranteed. Or a hairball.
Alright, let me get my drink.
Why don't you all
Do you
want
want
to start one of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that way.
And then we can go in both directions. She's gonna take one of hers. But she's on.
Okay.
Very hygienic.
Okay, I am ready for go. And you guys probably will get 2 minutes, maybe less. I think it'll take you a lot less than 2 minutes, so we'll just kind of play it by ear. Out there before we get to
I gotta check that out. Grab the first dog.
What's the goal? At least it cooled down.
So that,
At least it would cool down. I was getting a little warm
it's
when I first
not,
got here.
it's not as bad as 2 months from now will be.
Oh, I know. That's when it gets. It's still light out, but it's too hot to be outside. If you want to, you can put it in the corner because you'll see both sides that way, maybe. Okay. Ready when you are. Yep. Good girl. What is she telling? I don't know.
She's probably still on her. She had a groom today, so she's probably sedated. She may be a little bit calmer today. Oh, she loves her grooms. She doesn't like her nails, is it?
One more. Now give her some line and just let her kind of explore. Nice good pace with her.
Give her more line.
Next time, the moment she starts to pick up the odor from the pipe. Go check the chairs. Ah.
See how she's.
Yes, good girl.
She does that with you. If you have anything new you bring in the house, you have to sit it down and let her do that sniff to it.
Yeah. What is that? Good girl.
Remote control.
That's all I'm gonna think about it. I'm definitely gonna 3D print it. Put it out here. Or an actual looking, you've seen those too, like the
I remember it was a gag gift you'd give to people at their, gag weddings and stuff.
Good idea.
Go to Spencer's. Spencer's sold it. I don't even know if that place is still around.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I only know that because sometimes I buy earrings there.
She's wafting.
Oh, yes! Good girl! Good. Nice. One more. Move your feet a little bit when she gets kind of in that.
It's a bird, not a cat, right?
That's what I said too. I was thinking about. Oh. Take some steps to your right.
She's worried about all kinds of things that have nothing to do with finding a scent.
Oh.
Except she
yes,
found it.
right there. Yes.
Yes,
Good.
good girl.
She paused, looked at it, and I could see her nose going. Good.
Is she ever going to start letting me know that she has found something? Like, she sniffs everything exactly the same way, so it is.
And that's when catching those little nuances is going to help.
Okay.
Watching the videos back or taking your own videos to really see some things. And that's why I wanted to call it, because she was looking, but her nose, she stopped, and her nose kind of went.
Yeah,
Okay.
she started sniffing pretty good.
So I wanted to make sure I marked it for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And we're going to do some more skills like that next session. Okay. All right, buddy. Okay. Where you going? Ready?
Find it. Where's it at?
Yes.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
boy. Yes.
Where's it at on it?
Underneath. Yes. Good boy.
Yes. Good.
Yes.
Find more.
So when he's kind of in that mode, you just kind of keep your feet moving. Remember with him, it's kind of a, when is he in, sneaky mode and external mode, environment. Okay, look, keep looking at the boxes. Here. That's perfect. Yep, keep doing that. Keep that back. Yep. Okay, now do it with him. Now keep going down. Good. There, to calm back and turn him around. Good.
Yeah.
Yes, good boy. Yay, buddy.
Yeah. Finished.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Good.
I know in that room, he had to, like when I told him to start, he started, but he went all the way around the room sniffing all the stuff, come back to me, and then it's like he started searching.
Yep.
It's like he had to smell everything.
He had to smell
first.
everything. That's kind of why I wanted to use that room.
Yeah.
Was that same thing?
Yeah, I expect Crypto to bark when he gets in that room. When we come pick him up, he hits that room,
Oh, yeah.
ear busting
Like
barking.
they know. Okay, Rick. Okay, Rick, do.
There, let me get this in my mouth.
Okay. Find it. Slow your feet. So when he's in odor, I want you to slow. Yes.
That's it
His
there.
head tucked in. Yep, that's what I want
Yes.
you to mark it.
Good
Good
boy.
job.
Good boy.
Yes.
Find more. Rip. Find
Yeah.
more.
So when you see his odor behavior, I want you to slow your pace, stop your feet, and let him decide where to go. Yeah. Good man. Good. Yes.
Good boy.
Yes. 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 Good job.
What you need to do is print another one of those that's cold.
Yay. Yep.
See if they still do that.
Yay. And I know that was really nice. Man, that flip. That was beautiful. We noticed in my advanced both birch. They are not. One's birch and one's anise. Okay. That's birch. This is chair's anise. We noticed in my advanced class that I printed off little tokens for people to find and pick up. All the dogs were going straight for the filament pieces. So they recognize the odor from that too. So I gotta make blank ones and do all the things with that and mix it up. Okay, when you're ready.
What's up, buddy?
There's my daddy. There's my daddy.
Yes. Good man. Look at that.
Good job.
Good. Alright, find more. Good. So same thing, watch your crowding. Good.
Wow.
Yes. That was so good.
Yeah, I've noticed that two different dogs have sniffed the edge of the curb and then you turn and beeline that. I guess that's the way the. Because there's no wind right now.
Odor, I think, is pulling down because of that light. I definitely pulled. So, yes, they can see it, but they have to find the odor.
Oh, they're
first.
smelling the odor,
Yeah.
but it's the same
That was
exact
so
spot.
nice.
Actually, I think
I think I might be the last. No, one more.
the second
Oh,
dog.
Holly, yeah.
The second dog did the same
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It still
I love that
amazes
they
me.
just
It amazes
see
me
it.
how well they can smell.
Oh, yeah.
Jasper had a very bad reaction to the thing in the room.
Oh,
He walked in the door, he made a beeline for that dog bed,
yeah.
put his nose on it, and jumped back like it had shocked him, and he refused to go anywhere away from me after that.
Could have been static electricity.
I don't know, but
Maybe.
I restarted him after
Yeah.
somebody else went,
Yep.
and I stood in front of the dog bed, and he was able to find it under that circumstance.
Oh, good.
But for some reason, it scared the
It's
hell
static
out of me.
electricity
Yeah.
and synthetic fabrics.
That could be. Yeah, a smell. I wonder if the dog peed on it or.
He's like,
Really, I
it's
would've
here,
peed.
Mom. It's here. Good boy.
Way to go, buddy.
Where exactly is it, buddy? Where is it?
Good boy.
Good boy. Where exactly?
It's underneath.
Which side?
Oh, straight underneeth. So it's going everywhere. So all I need for him is.
Good boy, get your cookies.
Yeah.
Get your cookies.
Good.
Good boy. That's a good boy, Jasper. See,
Not scary at all.
Let's find another. We can go straight to that. Yay! Good. I'm trying to think if there's another dog bed laying around so we can make sure he's not scared of. All of
He
them.
lives with dog beds. He's not.
Yeah.
I think there was just something strange about that one. But,
Yeah.
it could be static.
Something just happened.
Come on, let's go.
He's so cute.
It is. And it's very strange to see him freak out like that.
Exactly.
Come on, good boy.
Or not Lexi, Trixie. Trixie. I was like, Lexi, Trixie. I kept saying Lexi, but that was the other way. Okay, ready? Found it! Okay, just let her come back to it. Okay. Been with her, yep. Yes.
Yes.
I'll take that. Yes.
Yes.
Good girl.
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't need to wait for her to like go under it.
For her right now, if she's environmentally distracted, I take anything.
Yes. Good.
Yes. I want anything that
Fun
draws
more.
her attention.
Fun more.
Yep.
That's the fourth dog that's done that.
And they caught it. She caught it from the crack this time.
Yeah. Good girl.
Really nice. Good.
Yeah. The distractions are a lot for her, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
And everyone is, sometimes this will be just fine, and sometimes they'll have extra.
Yeah.
The birds are going crazy today.
We're not done out here, are we?
No. I'm gonna chat and then we'll. So a lot of dogs that the pine cone, for example, is definitely makes a visual, but they had to have caught odor in order to look over there. So it is, so you can tell some of them as soon as they see it, they're like, yes, that was it. But they had to have caught odor, and we were recognizing they caught it from the curb or the crack, and then they looked over, or that from that chair. So that was definitely odor behavior, even though I want to make sure you know that. Even if the beeline for it is a visual, but it's a dark color against whatever, so it's not always easy for us to see, but maybe not for them. Okay, so
four different dogs, the same exact spot,
yeah.
right at the edge of the curb, and then they beeline. As soon as they got that spot, and she told them they lost all.
Let me ask you this, like Rip was right underneath there. I wasn't sure exactly where it is. Does the dog have to touch that with its nose, or do you just know that that's, okay. So I was thinking, had to.
So yes and no is my answer to that.
Okay.
In a practice, in training, I would love for them to put their nose as close to the source as possible. So yes, I would like for them to put their nose underneath the chair to get to the source. But sometimes we have to take the environment and that factor in with the rest of it. So sometimes, there's a lot of birds during things driving by. So sometimes that distraction behavior, I take whatever they give me and reward it, so that the outside
I wasn't sure
becomes
right where it was.
Yes.
But his head was under there, and I figured it was there somewhere, but I was waiting on.
And your guys, you would think it would be easy for them to put their nose under because it's right there at their nose, but it's not. It's collecting everywhere and then just seeping out all throughout the whole chair. So I take anything like that. Yes, I would love for them to get their nose and learn to go underneath, but for right now, it's something they're learning.
And so, as far as distractions, like Trixie did, like she was all over the top of it.
Yep.
But when I treated her under.
Yeah, and that's what y'all did. Yes, exactly. And if that is the case and they don't, all you do is reach underneath, grab the tin. Here's my cookie and my tin, and I put it right back. They see you put it in, and they take it down, and then they actually know where it comes from. So it's okay to play dirty and touch the tins and stuff too.
I figured it was someplace under there because his head was under there, but he didn't know exactly where it was. Okay.
And like a trial setting, you're never going to know where it's at. You can't see it. Other than a box, it's going to be inside of a box. But you don't actually get to know where the tin is. You can't see the tin or whatever it might be. So it's the same thing. You recognize that odor behavior that's around.
So I was late calling.
You were, and I think you kept moving a little bit. So he stayed there and he kept working it. So that's okay. As long as he. The one thing I do worry about is when we don't, with this environment, with this distraction, is if we don't call it and we wait for something, we wait for a down or look back or something they normally do in here, we could miss it and they leave and just go on. And then then they get distracted by too much. So it's sometimes we have to get rid of what we're used to seeing, and we have to. That's why I don't teach some kind of a final response. That's why I don't teach a down, a sit, a stay, a freeze. Because when we go to, oh my God, this is wrong. Oh, my dogs are so cold to me like that. I want to know what odor looks like. I want to know what the behavior looks like in case I do go to a trial and my dog is too overwhelmed to give me that. And my dogs used to down in a box because I taught Maverick to do that because he would flip them all over the place. He would get excited. And then he started flipping the box when he put his paws on it, so that didn't work. But I would wait for the down at a trial, and I was like, well, he's not going to give it to me. He's too aroused. It's not something that I want. I want to know that he's at the box. Then I can build up on it. But that's why I don't teach that. I want us to recognize what behavior looks like.
So as far as like at a trial,
Yeah.
you know, Trixie was smelling right there on top of it.
Yep.
If I had a called it, would she have gotten that one, or would the
Yep.
judge say no because her nose wasn't?
No, you're good. Yeah, because the whole chair is hot. So now, with the caveat being is if my dog only looked at the top rim and never looked at it if it's at the bottom, then you get the maybe call, or you might get the where, right? It has to be, and like a novice, it's a very much a yes. The whole chair is good. But when you get up into higher levels and master, you could have a hide that's one high and one and low, and now I got to know that there's two, or I have to know exactly where it comes from. And my small dogs have to tell me if it's high. They just have to look up and tell me it's high. I'm okay with that. So yes, we have we have a zone, if you will, a yes zone, that the judges, we set up ourselves and say, okay, I'll accept this spot and this spot. Like let's take this really hard, for example. Okay, so it's on this really hard. And especially in AKC, if I have it on the cart, I would expect my dog to get the nose to the cart. But some organizations, and depending on, let's say this is outside in the sun, I would accept anything that's over here as well, because it's filling this space with the odor that they are definitely yes inside. They may not be able to actually put their nose to the source. AKC makes you get closer. It has a 2-foot, zone. It might have to be this cart versus this thing. But for me, if you're in here, then you definitely know odor's there. Then that's a yes.
You know immediately whether you got it right or not? I mean, does she say?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so the judge will say yes.
Yes.
What happens if
We
you,
want to avoid the dreaded where. It's the only thing that you don't want to get. Because we want to be careful. We also, I don't want you to ever point to a hide. I want us to get used to Vanna, okay? So I've done this before and we get screwed because we pointed to the wrong spot. Okay, I thought it was down here. Where is it? Is it this card? Is it over here? And I could say it's high, but it was actually low. I just sort of do it.
so what happens if you do false or
Then you get the
Well, we should
fat
take-
NQ.
you do get non-qualified?
You get a no, you get an NQ in AKC. Now, there's another organization we're going to start trying to host, I think. It's called CPE, Canine